Then develop analytical, evaluative and reflective skills, okay? Learners must constantly be thinking about, okay, I did this, how did that help? If I did this, how will that affect the team, etc., etc. Work collaboratively towards the same shared goal that must always be re-emphasized throughout the task and the challenge. So getting started, yes, it's interesting. So on the Cambridge website, you're going to find the following useful resources. Please, 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 like Mr. Msipa emphasized yesterday, you only do yourself a favor every time you visit the Cambridge website. It is absolutely jam-packed with resources. And it's all easy. As you click, stuff is just there. Curriculum frameworks, teacher guidance, there's everything. The schemes of work, and the whole lot is there. Just download, and it's there. It's a beautiful, beautiful platform, okay? So you'll find the following useful resources, okay? So the changes to the Global Perspectives syllabus first introduced in 2018. That's the first thing you'll find when you go on the Global Perspectives website right now. Today, you will find this. You'll also see how it is assessed at Checkpoint. You don't have to worry about this. They're just pointing it out because some schools are already doing Global Perspectives as a subject that's being assessed at Checkpoint. So this is urgent for them because their children are writing exams at the end of next year. Not writing exams, but doing the Cambridge Global Perspectives. And Mr. Msipa, please correct me if I'm wrong, that they said that a school can actually be assessed, but they don't have to be assessed by Cambridge. So you can actually know how well your kids did without necessarily getting the examiner's report. It's up to you. That's how flexible they are. Okay, because they are more interested in children acquiring the skills as opposed to how did they perform. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. They are more interested in us cultivating a society of children that are problem solvers, innovative, collaborative, all these things, because that's what the world needs. So that's another thing they also mentioned to us. The curriculum framework, 37-page document is there. I thought about printing it, then I thought again about salaries. So you'll catch that next week sometime. So curriculum framework, 37-page document. I think it's easier just to download it as a PDF, all of us. We can save paper. The learning outcomes, these are all clearly laid out. What must the learner learn at the end of each stage in each unit? A detailed teacher guide, all available on the website for Global Perspectives. Okay? And lastly, remember to work with stage-relevant learning outcomes. So depending on where you are, look at your learners, look at their development. Sometimes it doesn't mean that because I'm in standard 1, I must start, you know what I mean? You scale it up or down depending on the ability of your learners. This is the beautiful thing about Global Perspectives. It's about the outcome as opposed to the process. We want learners that are going to demonstrate those things that we listed earlier. Okay? What did I see over here? Thank you. At this point in time, if there are questions, especially on how to get onto the website, etc., I think that's quite important. There's a video, so there's a short video I wanted to show if we have time, and we do just have about, it's a 3-minute video. We just know that. Yes, please.
And we're going to touch on all those subjects. Let's say everybody is happy to do this. And you do it again year after year. Is there any way that the school can say it's already been done, the next year must do a different one? How do they monitor that?
Okay, what happens is that in the curriculum framework, that's when they now specify this is what you must do up to. So you'll find that what I did is a summary of those 37 pages. What you'll find is that the actual curriculum framework is very specific to each stage. So there's plenty, like end of stage 1. What happens is that similar to how Cambridge works with all the subjects, the skeleton is the same. So from stage 1, the skeleton is given math, science, English. What they do every year is they add a little bit more flesh to the same skeleton. So there's a repeat in terms of the topic heads, but each skill is slightly more advanced. So initially maybe they were taught to discuss. The following year, get into think pair groups. The following year, design, whatever. It's like developing on the previous stage skill. So it's designed in such a way that the curriculum framework, the skeleton, I think that's the best way to look at it. The skeleton is identical. Right from stage 1 up to stage 9, the skeleton is exactly the same, but what differs is the amount of flesh we add at each stage because their skills keep on increasing. So you find like what Mr. Masipa pointed out yesterday, the three main topics or sub-strands of mathematics are the same, right from standard 1. But the requirements for geometry for a standard 7 child is different to what they would be required to do. So you find that like lower down children learn to count. They have little pictures and they say the dog needs to go and there's a little bone at the bottom. How many steps do they go left? How many steps do they go down? So they're not saying x-axis, y-axis yet, but it's a pre-skill that's leading to eventually being able to understand that, oh, that's movement on a Cartesian plane. Moving left means you subtract, moving down means you subtract because that's negative movement on the two number lines that are intersecting. It's little things like that, but we found our video.
I understand that, Percy, sorry.
Yes,
but
yes.
For example, if you don't even touch the leaf one in
For example,
the child's
It's
in
absolutely
type,
fine.
is that fine?
It's
Like,
absolutely
you don't have
fine.
to do
No, you
all
don't have to
topics.
do all the topics. Those are just a big jungle of topics as ideas for what is best suited for your class. Yeah. So there's no need to cover the topics per se. Any other questions before we quickly watch this as our takeaway? That will just summarize everything.
It's just a quick comment.
Yes, sir.
When I'm going to throw people at the field, that has been well trained, she can help with the input department. Yes, I was trained, you can also help across the school. So we're going to make use of all these people who have been trained. No one is going to be left to think by himself to say, how am I going to maneuver for me? What's this teacher?
Thank you, Mr.